What do you know about the Purple Heart? Who should it be awarded to and why? Two Arkansas families believe their loved ones deserve the military honor, and our U.S. senators and representatives agree. So why hasn't it happened? Here's what we found out.
Two soldiers are shot in front of a West Little Rock recruitment office this morning.
It was a story that caught the attention of news outlets around the world.
They have two soldiers down at the Army recruiting office.
Two men in uniform shot while standing outside a Little Rock recruiting office. Other soldiers there tried to revive Private William Long, while Private Quentin Ezeaguila pretended to be dead until the shooter left.
I thought the worst. I tried to grab my phone and call my mother because I thought I was over.
Ezeaguila survived. Private Long did not.
There are good days, and those are days that you can think of the happy things, and then there are the days that it's just a deep void.
Within 12 minutes, police arrested the shooter, Abdul Hakim Muhammad. He told police he was a practicing Muslim and that he was mad at the U.S. military because of what they had done to Muslims in the past. He said that he would have killed more soldiers if they had been in the parking lot. Muhammad was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without parole in what appeared to be an open and shut case. But the family members of the two victims don't see it that way. They say there is still an unresolved matter surrounding one of the military's highest honors, the Purple Heart. The Purple Heart is awarded in the name of the president to military members who are wounded or killed. In 1984, an executive order amended the eligibility requirements to include wounds that happened after 1973 that are a result of an international terrorist attack against the United States. In fact, military members that were killed in the Pentagon during the attacks of 9/11 were awarded Purple Hearts. But this crime is considered nothing more than a homicide.
This wasn't street crime. This was not a drive-by shooting. This was an enemy combatant who had been trained to be a terrorist in Yemen, who had been arrested in Yemen with bomb-making materials and a fake Somali passport and held in a Yemenis jail.
Trey Kitchens is representing the families for free in hopes of helping them get their loved ones the recognition he believes they deserve.
They've been shuffled aside, they've been cast off, and these families have been ignored, and it's wrong.
We asked all of Arkansas's delegation, and they all agree Purple Hearts are deserved.
The facts are pretty clear. The guy admitted it. I don't know what else he would have to do to convince us that what he did was an international act of terrorism.
So why no Purple Hearts for Long and Ezeaguila? We went to the Secretary of the Army. We were told the Army does not make that determination and to contact Homeland Defense. That agency sent us to the Department of Justice. DOJ said the Defense Department could answer our questions, but we were sent back to the Army, which is where we started. Bottom line is, it's not considered an act of terrorism since it was prosecuted by the state.
I think it's a crying shame that these two soldiers who were targeted because they were soldiers can't be awarded the Purple Heart. I just think that's wrong.
Darius Long, a career military man himself who grew up in Afghanistan, says the federal government was quick to call attempted attacks terrorism, like the New Year's Eve bomb scare in Times Square or the Moroccan man who tried to blow up the nation's capital just days ago.
I firmly believe that if you try and fail in this country, you will be arrested and charged federally. But if you kill someone in this country under the banner of jihad, it will not be in a federal court.
Difficult for the families to understand, as is trying to figure out why it hasn't happened.
If he had not been in a U.S. Army uniform, if he had not been serving his country that day, the man wouldn't have been shot by an enemy combatant. But he was, and he did, and it's time for the government to make it right.
No, my son will not be able to wear the Purple Heart. Should it not be that his sacrifice is recognized for what it was? Should it not be that the pain Quentin feels every single day from his wounds, the bullet that he carries in there, not count for something? That's where it needs to be.
Lawmakers hope to see Congress approve amended versions of their legislation. Meantime, the U.S. Attorney and the FBI tell me that it is a matter they're still looking into. Now, if you want to see the email correspondence between us and the federal government, as well as documents pertaining to this story and longer interviews with the family members involved, just log on to KATV.com.
They make a very compelling case. You have to at least admit that.